What is up, you guys? For today's video, we are going to be testing out a collection that literally hit me right in my childhood. Like, when I saw this, I was obsessed. And that is the brand new Colourpop Hocus Pocus collection. And Hocus Pocus was one of my favorite Halloween movies growing up. I don't know what it was about it, but like the witchiness, the colors, the acting, like I was just so into it. And I mean, look at this palette even, like, oh, like it just literally fits the vibe so well. And if you haven't seen the inside of it yet, like, it's just so cute. I mean, like, look at the sisters up here. The colors are very grungy and also kind of bright at the same time. Now, before we jump into going over the collection, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page or my TikTok, it is at Breyonna as well. So when Colourpop sent me over the collection, I don't think they gave me the full collection, but I got majority of it. So of course I got the eyeshadow palette, which I'm probably like the most excited for. Like, that is probably the item that like just really hit it for me. And I also got 2 of the Glitterly Obsessed, which they look beautiful. I love the packaging. I got 3 of the gel liner pencils, and I just like the colors of these are so cool looking. I got 1 pair of lashes. This is what I mean. I don't think they sent me the whole collection because I feel like there was 3 pairs of lashes. And I also got 1 of the lip kits, and I feel like there was 3 of these as well. So off camera, I just quickly primed my eyelids so this video isn't like super crazy long since we have a bunch of items to try today. But the first thing I do want to use is of course the eyeshadow palette, and I really want to go in with this beautiful like brighter purple shade, and this one is called Dead Man's Toes. And I'm just going to be taking it on this lavish tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to be popping it right into my crease, like right away. Ooh, she's a lot brighter than I was expecting. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more of like a burgundy undertone. It's definitely like a bright raspberry. It's definitely like a spooky purple in my opinion. Not like that like cool tone like bluish purple. It's like that raspberry spooky purple. And then once I have it in my crease, I'm just doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. And I'm just going to go in with another layer just to deepen it up and get it a little bit more smooth looking. Oh yeah. Now that is a purple. You see what I mean though? It just literally like blends itself out. Like, man, like this shadow is beautiful. And also why it's grabbing right here is not the shadow itself. It's honestly because I have a little bit of a dry spot right here. It's been a long week for me and like my eyes are just going through it right now. You know what, I'm also going to use this shade and round out my outer V. At first I wasn't going to do that, but I kind of changed the idea that I want to do with this palette because I feel like I can use more shades this way. So I'm just going to take a little bit more on my brush and round out this outer edge. Just doing these little circular motions. So once you have that applied and blended out, the next shade that we are going to use, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with it. I don't know if it's going to be too shimmery or if it's going to be too deep, but I still want to try it out anyways. So we're going to go in with this like bluish black shade called, I call it a bus. So I'm just going to take this color on this little tiny Morphe blending brush. It kind of looks like a Morphe M507, but it's from a set, I believe, from BoxyCharm. I'm not 100% sure. But we could have went in, you know, with the other kind of like reddish shade in this palette. It's called Night of Frolic. But I didn't want to lose that kind of like bright purple that we have going on. So that's why I wanted to just go in with the black right away. Oh yeah, this black shade is really, really pigmented. But when applying it with a fluffy brush, it doesn't look sparkly, which is really nice. And I'm also using it to round out my outer V. I'm just going to do another layer, but once I have it in my crease, I'm just doing these little tiny circular motions to blend that upwards towards that raspberry shade. But you see what I mean though? Like, she is pigmented. And then I'm just going to go in with that brush that we applied that raspberry shade with no additional product on it. And I'm just going to kiss the edge of that black shade. Just to make sure we don't have any harsh lines and just so we get a really nice gradient. Because sometimes when you go in with black shades, they can be a little too harsh sometimes. And by going in with the shade that you used prior, it kind of softens them up a little bit. Okay, I am living for how grungy and smoky this look is turning out. Like, it's just so cool, but granted, I am the biggest sucker for purple eyeshadow. Like, it is literally my favorite color to wear. But off camera though, I'm just gonna cut my crease, and I'm just gonna do a normal cut crease, and then afterwards, I'll be right back to finish up the eye look. So after cutting the crease, I'm just going to take a little bit more of, I call it a bust, that black shade that we just used. And I'm just going to be packing it on this harsh line of the cut crease, just a little bit, and I'm just using this shader brush from Lash. And when I'm doing this, I'm just pressing it into that base. I'm not doing a swiping motion because I don't want to disturb anything that we have going on underneath. So once you have that edge blended out, I'm going to go in with this olive green in the palette called Bewitched. I'm really curious about this shade, but I'm just going to be taking it on this brush from Anastasia. What are you called? An A13. And it's kind of like a little shader brush, but slightly fluffy. And I'm just going to be packing it right next to that black shade that we just applied. And I'm slightly overlapping it as well. I'm not doing it the full way through because I am going to apply some shimmers there in a second. I was just kind of curious to see how this shade applied. And I just want to get a really nice blend in between the black and the green and then that shimmer that we'll apply in a second. And then the next shade that we are going to be going in with is the other green in the palette called Yabos. And then using this damp and flat shader brush, I'm just going to be applying it to the rest of the eye. And I'm slightly going over that green that we just applied as well. That is such a pretty shimmer though. It is definitely an olive green shimmer, so if you're like me and you love olives and grungy greens, you're gonna really enjoy the greens in this palette. Like, this is definitely a Halloween palette to me without being like super bright, if you know what I mean. Like, it's Halloween, but like on the grungy side instead of like that bright, like bright purple, bright green kind of thing. And then I'm just going to go back in with that green matte shade that we just used. And I'm going to slightly kind of like feather out this outer edge of the shimmer. Just so we have a really nice gradient fade because we are kind of going from purple, black into green. And purple and green don't really mix all that well. So this should help soften it and give us a really good blend. Okay, this look is definitely giving me all the spooky vibes. I feel like I'm gonna have the hardest time washing this off later on because I'm just so obsessed with these colors right now. But off camera though, I'm just gonna like quickly like clean things up a little bit because I do got a little bit of fallout on my face from that shimmer shade. So definitely this palette to me is one of those ones you will want to do your eyes before your face, just in case you do get some fallout and you don't have to deal with, you know, like getting that off your foundation, because that is always so hard to do. But other than that, I am going to, you know, apply like my complexion products, my liner, my lashes, and then afterwards I'll be right back to finish up the look. So here's where I'm at right now after doing that all off camera, and I don't know about you guys, but this look is definitely giving me a spooky kind of vibe. But instead of finishing up the eye look, I do want to apply a lip product because my lips are just so chapped and so crusty looking, it is driving me nuts. So I didn't get all of the lip duos out of this collection. The only one that Colourpop sent me was this one. It is called I Smell Children. And with this duo, we got a lippy pencil, and this is kind of like a deeper red shade. And this is in the shade Spinster Ladies. And if you're not familiar with a lippy pencil, it's just a lip liner. And we also got a creme Luxe lipstick, and this one is in the shade Mary. Ooh, like that is a Halloween type of red. Like, it is like that deep blood kind of red. It's not a Christmas red. And I don't know if you guys can see the packaging. Let's see if my camera will focus. But it is so cute. There is literally so much detailing. Even the cap has it as well. But it's just so adorable. I gotta say, I don't even remember the last time that I used a red lipstick. When I was younger, I wore red every single day for probably like 3 years. Like, it was my favorite and my go-to. And as I've gotten older, I only wear mauves and nudes. It's not that I hate red lipstick, it's just like one of those colors I feel like I have to be really kind of like aware of what I'm doing with. But I do like the look of it. I just feel like I'm always gonna get it on my teeth, it's gonna get, you know, like on my clothes and whatnot. I don't know if you're like that too. Man, like, this is so creamy for a lip pencil. Like, it's just like the perfect amount of creamy. Like, it's not so creamy that I feel like I'm not getting like a good line with it. But at the same time, I'm not like dragging on my lips. And then on the center of my lips, I'm just gonna go in with the lipstick. Ooh, that is a pigmented red though. I don't know if I like this lipstick with this eye look, but maybe it's because I don't really wear red all that much. This is a really nice lipstick though. Super, super creamy. But it's not like overly creamy where it feels like it's gonna slip and slide everywhere. Like, it's the perfect amount of creamy. So now let's work on the lower lash line, and for that I do want to use one of the gel liner pencils, but I do want to swatch them first because I don't know which ones I want to use. So this first one is called Sistas, and this one I believe is a metallic red. Ooh, that is pretty. I think it's really cool that they started doing metallic colors because it's really hard to find nice metallic liners. But I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's kind of like a reddish color. I wouldn't say it's like a true red. It does have like a little hint of orange to it. So the next one is this purple one, and this is called Trick or Treat. This is the one I really want to use. I feel like it's going to fit the vibe of the look that we have going on. Oh yeah. Now that is beautiful. Is this one metallic too? I guess kind of. This one's kind of like a purple, but it has like a little hint of brown to it. And then the last one that we have from this collection is this green one, and this is called Black Flame Candle. Let's see what this one looks like. Now that is a unique liner. I have nothing like that. It is so hard finding green liners, at least in my opinion. And this one's just really cool. It kind of has like an emerald green kind of vibe to it. It's like between emerald and jade. And then here's a side-by-side comparison of all three shades. So I'm first going to smoke down that Trick or Treat purple shade. Oh yeah, that is a creamy liner. And then using this teeny tiny little blending brush from Moda, I'm just going to slightly smoke that downwards, doing back and forth motions. And then before that sets in place, I'm just going to go in with that same brush using Dead Man's Toad, that kind of like brighter purple that we used in the crease earlier. And I'm just going to be doing back and forth motions to set that liner in place. So once you have that lower lash line all nice and smoky, now we're going to be doing my absolute favorite part, which is the inner corner highlight. And I really want to go in with this icy silver shade called Wench. I'm really hoping that this shade isn't too dark for an inner corner highlight, but I'm just going to be taking it on this dampened brush from Profusion. Now that is a blinding inner corner. Oh, I love that. This is a small firm eyeshadow brush. It's an ES4. And I am literally packing this so heavy in my inner corner because I really want it extra bright since we do have a really dramatic smoky eye going on. And with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just going to take a little bit right underneath my inner tear duct area to open up the eye. This will kind of just bring a little bit more life back into the look. Make it look a little bit more balanced too. And I'm just going to take that green gel liner pencil and line my waterline using it. Just for like a little pop of green, and just so we can balance that olive on the lid. You know, I wasn't going to use the Glitterly Obsessed because I really like this eye look, but I keep on eyeing these, so we're just going to use one. I don't know which one I want to use yet though, but this purpley one is called Amok, I believe is how you say it. And let me just say, like, the packaging of this is so cute. I don't know if you guys can see the kitty on it, but it's super adorable. So much detail in it. Like, the glitter in this looks so cool. It's kind of like a chunky pinky purple with like blue and green sparkles in it. It's really cool. And I'm just going to swatch it right here. You know, that might be the one I'm going to use. But I'm not 100% sure because, you know, the gold one looks cool too. But I like the purple vibe of this one. And I also like that this one's a little bit more on the cool tone side. And then the other one I have is this kind of like yellowy orange one. And this is called Another Glorious Morning. And these ones don't have shapes in them either. It's kind of like a chunky glitter and then some fine glitter mixed in. Let's do it like right here maybe. Yeah, that one's a little too gold and warm tone for the look I have going on. It's still really pretty though, just I don't feel like it would fit the vibe. And then this is what they look like up close next to each other. So I'm just going to go in with that purple Glitterly Obsessed. And I'm just going to take a little bit on this Morphe flat shader brush I have from the Pride collection. So I just have like a teeny tiny little bit on here. And I'm just going to pop it right in the center of my lower lash line. I'm going like right underneath my lashes since I did apply a mascara already. Just want like a little hint of glitter. Ooh, that is actually really cute. I saw somebody put this on their lid with like a purple eye look the other day, and oh my gosh, like I was obsessed with it. But I'm just going to be taking the less is more approach with this. And when I'm applying it too, I'm kind of like tapping it into the skin. So here's the finished look using the Hocus Pocus collection, and I gotta say, I just love how this look turned out. It's very grungy, it has like that dark, like kind of Halloween type of vibe to it, and overall, I just had a lot of fun using this collection with you guys today. But let's go over all of the products that we used because there is a lot we need to cover. And first of all, let's go over the eyeshadow palette, and this palette is just so cute. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I love the packaging. There's a lot of detail to it, and just overall, it has a really cool design. Like, even the inside just looks so adorable. But let's talk about the formula, because even though the packaging is super cute, the formula is definitely where it all matters. And the mattes in here are so intensely pigmented, they literally gave me absolutely no problems. Even this darker black shade right here gave me no harsh lines, and it was super easy to work with. The darker mattes in here are honestly just so easy to work with that I would probably say that they're actually beginner friendly, just because they didn't give me any harsh lines and they just blend themselves out in a way that's super easy to use. As for the shimmers that we use, they are so beautiful, so pigmented, and they just have a lot of shine to them. And formula-wise, they're a little bit more on the creamy side, but I will say they do give like a little bit of fallout, so you definitely want to do your eyes before your face with this palette. But again, the effect that you get with the shimmers is definitely worth doing it. As for the gel liner pencils that we use, they are super creamy, they were very easy to work with and blend out, and also they had a lot of pigmentation to them. And I'll be honest, if you've never tried out Colourpop's gel liner pencils, they are one of my favorite products from them. They're very affordable, they do not smudge, and they also last in the waterline all day for me. To me, the eyeliner colors that they chose for this collection are very unique and just colors that you don't see all that much. As for the Glitterly Obsessed that we used underneath the eyes, oh my gosh, like this is so sparkly, and it just kind of really brought this look like almost like next level for me. Like, I feel like it just tied everything together and just made it look really cool and interesting. And also what's really nice about Glitterly Obsessed is there is a ton of glitter in here. Like, it is just packed full of it. But I will say, if you are buying this to use on your eyelids, it does have like a little bit of a learning curve from my personal experience, so just keep that in mind. As for the lip duo that we used, overall I really like the formula of this. Like, the lippy pencil was not super creamy, nor was it really drawing, so I was able to get a really nice lip line with it. And also the Luxe Lipstick, one of my favorite lipstick formulas in my collection. It's very creamy but not too creamy, and also at the same time it does not like smudge all over your face. It's just, I don't know, like, I'm just not really into red lipstick. Like, looking at myself in my viewfinder, I'm like, that's a really pretty color. It's just one of those colors I don't really wear all that much. But again, if you like red lipstick and you like how this looks, I think it's definitely worth checking out. The only product that I didn't use today was the lashes. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. Like, I just don't like how these look. They're in the style Clever Witch. Let me get them out so I can show you guys, because I don't know if you can see this style all that well in the packaging. So I'm just gonna pull these out, kind of like shake them. But for me, these lashes are just way too like natural. Like, this is a kind of lash you'll never see me wear. And this is, again, like a personal preference kind of thing. But these ones are even more natural than a Ardell Demi Wispy, at least in my opinion. Like, there's just not a lot going on with them. But if you're wanting to try out lashes and you want something very natural and very everyday, you might like these. Personally, for me, I think they're a little bit overpriced for what they are. So the products that I would recommend picking up from this collection is, of course, the eyeshadow palette. Like, if you're into Hocus Pocus, or if you like really grungy, smoky eyes, you're gonna love this palette so much. Like, the formula is so good, and it just has a really cool vibe to it. Another thing I would definitely highly recommend checking out is the eyeliner pencils. Like, the colors of these are so unique and just so different, and also they are very creamy and they blend out like butter. I would also recommend checking out the Glitterly Obsessed, especially if you like glitter. Like, these are a lot of fun and the colors are really cute. But I will say, again, if you've never used these before, they do have a slight learning curve, especially if you use them on your eyelids. I also really enjoyed the lip duo, but again, it is red lipstick and not everybody is into it. But the formula of both of these products is really nice. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know what products you are going to be picking up from this collection. But as always though, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page, it is @Breyonna. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!